So, how about a change of pace? Yeah, one of these. CJRB in a box. Let's get it out of there. Check it in, check it out, see what we think about it. I know I've been running a couple of particular knife brands a lot lately, and I've got quite a few other brands waiting for reviews, but I've got more of the others. Okay, this is something I've been waiting for. Very cool. Let's get this out of the way. My allergies are kind of kicking up. Got me a little froggy. All right, I don't think we need this. What we got here? So CJRB. It's in AR-RPM9 steel. Okay. And it is the CRAG. CRAG. It's budget friendly. I'll reveal the price at the end, what I paid for it. It is a Amazon next day purchase. The action's not drop shut. Ooh, that detent leaves something to be desired. Definitely failable. Put a little behind it and it'll run. Wonder if I can Spidey flick that. With some wrist, it'll go. Thumb. Yep. Definitely can run a thumb in the back. Yeah, I mean, it runs pretty good. That's some kind of blade right there. Pretty sticky. Let's get it apart and see what's going on here. Maybe we can improve that action a little bit. That wasn't super tight. It looks like T6 is the rest of the way. Let's get the backup. All right. Got my little switchblade screwdriver. Ooh, that felt like it had Loctite on it, and it does. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Another one had Loctite. And I don't think that pocket clip's got to go for this to come apart. It does not. Okay. A little oily. Not bad, though. Doesn't look dirty by any means. Not sure if we're going to improve on this or not. I'm going to give it a simple wipe down, put it back together, adjust the tension on the pivot screw, make sure I've got that right. I will say that one of the things that I'm seeing right away here that definitely could impact this action is, and I mentioned this, a couple of knives recently, that they have a black coating on them or some type of coating, and they come in and they sand and polish off where the bearings are going to run. And if you look at this, you can see where the bearings are having to cut their path through that coating. And so that could be affecting that action, which it seems like they've cut it on this side. This side's still working its way through. And so that definitely can impact that action. And now that I'm looking here, the detent ball has cut a path, but the bearing's still working on the coating on the blade. It's got through on this side though. Yeah, so that's probably definitely impacting that action, and at some point in the future, it's going to get better. It'll get through that coating and run on smooth metal. Yeah, and it looks like that's coming off these bearings a little bit on this towel. Not a lot, just a little bit. So unfortunately, they didn't clearance that coating so that these bearings could run, but now I see that that's a D pin, but no, well, maybe that right there. I don't know. I'm gonna say nowhere on here is that captured, so it's kind of like it's faking you out. It's acting like it's captured, but it's not. Yeah, it's got a D pin, pivot pin, but it's not captured by the scale. Tomfoolery right there, a little trickery. All right, a little bit of oily. Might have overdone that. Sometimes that happens. Got a little overzealous with the button. I mean, yeah, it's not the greatest situation right there. I guess if I really wanted to get down in it, I could polish that off. But I am not going to do that to this knife. I'm going to let it just run its course. All right, let's put it back together. It must be flat enough right there that I'm just not seeing it, but it must be just flat enough in that spot that it's capturing that pin. Yeah, it forced me to line it up. Okay, well, strike my earlier words from the record, because I spoke in error. It actually is captured. Just wasn't obvious enough for me, so I had to whine about it. But then it jumped up and said, hey, hold on. Isn't that a horrible habit to get into in life? Just run on first impressions on things. I will say the older you get, the more you see, the easier it is to catch your breath in a moment. Assess things. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes there's a sense of urgency in the moment, and you just got to run. You got to run with your guts, your instincts, some level of discernment. You have to measure a situation and say, well, here's what's going on. But it surely is a good characteristic to develop the ability to slow down for a second, catch your breath. Don't be quick to judgment. Because sometimes things aren't exactly what they appear to be, right? Like this knife, that captured detent pin. It appeared that it wasn't captured, and then in the end it was. So this action's not bad. I mean, it's not drop shut, but a couple of shakes, and it's pretty hydraulic, pretty smooth. And, I believe that once it works its way through that coating, this thing's just going to get better and better and better. It just needs to be functioned. What about that grip? So really comfortable right here. Very comfortable, strong grip. There's no jimping on the back of this blade or up here on the back of the handle of the knife. But that's okay, because this is really deep, and it really creates a place for the hand to get planted in there. pocket clips tucked up in the palm where it belongs. I can feel it in there, but it's not horrible. So I'm going to say this is a very confident grip. This isn't going to have any problems getting busy going forward. It's not really a pokey kind of knife. I mean, for whatever that's worth. I'm not sure that this knife has a whole lot of forward resistance in its future. Um, but yeah, I mean, if this was carried in the pocket, if it had to be brought to bear, definitely a good strong grip. Could choke up here and, you know, whatever that is. I don't, um, yeah, it's got that in it for sure. Let me try gripping that. I, yeah, it's just a good grip. This carbon fiber, I'm not a fan of this carbon fiber because it's just polished, smooth, man. And I'm not so sure that I'm down on such smooth, glassy surfaces on my knives. I mean, I have a lot of them that have, different materials and ultimately are really smooth. It's not ugly or unattractive, and it's got a deep enough grip that you can compensate for it. It's got a strong grip, but I think I'd rather have something with a little texture. But there's a reason I bought this one, and we're about to get to it. Let's check that pocket clip. All right. Yeah. No qualms about that getting in the pocket. Super deep carry. That big knife pretty much disappears. And that is a big knife. It's not small by any means. And that pocket clip runs. It's got great tension. Wherever you stick that, it's going to hold. And I'm sure it's going to run on this thinner material even just as well. Yeah, no worries. Very locked in. Easy one-handed operation. What about safety? So, yeah, there's no catching this blade from the backside. No worries. There's no catching that tip. It is so far away that there's no chance of getting that. So, I mean, the pocket clip's good. The back spacer blade contact's good. The tip contact is good. Wonder if it's sharp. Let's see if it'll cut some paper. I mean, this feels good in the hand. This is a knife of substance for sure, and something tells me it's going to be pretty slicey. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah. Straight from the box. Sharp as can be. So price and availability. This knife, I'm sure, is available in multiple places, but I bought this next day from Amazon. And here's why I'm going to only talk about that. Because it's currently listed for $45, $44.99, and it's got a 20% off coupon. So that puts the price at basically $9 off of $45. So for $36, you've got this nice CJRB AR-RPM9 steel, carbon fiber, with good action, huge slicey blade, good grip, $36, shipped to the house next day. I mean, what a great budget buy. And I like watching for those coupons for Amazon because they're usually on already discounted items. And so, you find an item that's, you know, like this knife, I believe originally sold for $50, or at least that's been the running price, is $50. Well, it's 10% off of that, which brought it down to $45. And then there's a 20% off coupon to get rid of their inventory. I mean, $36. What a great work knife for $36. Hey, appreciate you watching.